gonna be one of those message videos, huh? Alright, here we go. What's up, everybody? I I got a message that I wanna send that I didn't even wanna send. But I have to because somebody he keeps ranting about heroic and villainous teams all too often, and it's causing a lot of people stress. Yes. And the fact of the matter is that there's always gonna be variety when it comes to heroic and villainous teams. And the fact of the matter is, you guys, whether they are original or unoriginal, just gotta make whether or not you have different thoughts about people, which I can handle and tolerate. What I cannot tolerate is the fact that you're using too harsh criticism towards those groups, and it's not making things any better. Because from what I've seen a lot of shit go by, and this is just this is annoying considering the fact that when it comes to situations like this is where I have to step in. And well, Sean did make a review on the Animantiums, and I can handle his thoughts. I want to be honest with you. I just don't feel like it is a requirement for anybody to re-upload stuff. Considering that heroic and villainous groups don't always need to have all original characters. And look, it is a big good idea to be all original and all that, but you can't force people to go all original. But the reality is that just because you have different thoughts than other people, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be acting all out on people, like raging out on people. Because if you rage out on people when giving your honest thoughts and views on the heroic and villainous groups, regardless of how well written or bland they are, or lashing out on people, is not the same as giving harsh criticism, but rather giving a dangerous kind of criticism. Um, um, what you are giving is not harsh criticism, but rather strict criticism, something that is not a good idea. Now, can be a little harsh if it comes to criticism if you feel like the criticism needs to be a bit hard, but the reality is if you make it too hard, it can become very bad. Not just for others, but for your own self as well. And not to mention the way that you guys are phrasing these. Look, I can handle your thoughts and all that, but you shouldn't be talking smack to other people like that. Mm. And yes, I know people who have said they can handle thoughts, but the reality is they can handle your thoughts. You just don't realize it because you haven't shown that you've seen it. But, but, and I also don't agree with people calling parodied copyright characters stolen because at the end of the day, they are actually fan made versions of characters from existing copyright holders. Yes. And I want to be frank with you guys. These, these, and I hate to break the bearer of bad news to Helen Rockley, but he gave the wrong copyright. The Mask is actually copyrighted by Dark Horse Entertainment. And and the reality is, is the Mask animated series actually started in 1995, not 1994. And I want to tell you guys right now that in the 1995 to 1997 series, mm, is Stanley Ipkiss, also known as the Mask in the Mask animated series, was actually voiced by none other than Rob Paulsen, not Jim Carrey. Hmm. So in reality, hmm, hmm, while New Line Cinema did do the mask, don't forget that Warner Bros. Purchased New Line Cinema, so in reality, Warner Bros. Owns the rights to the film. However, it's Dark Horse Productions that ultimately owns the rights to the Mask franchise. Nice. And and you know how Adam Hughes uses as the mask as a villain and the bad guy. It's called the Alanastiums in his videos, right? Well, well, mm, actually, he was one of three animated series based on Jim Carrey movies that premiered the same year. That included Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and the Dumb and Dumber series being the other two. However, it was Rob Paulsen who ultimately voiced the mask for a majority of Mask's appearance. No, Dark Horse actually had the rights to the mask the entire time. Hmm. It was founded in 1992, and it's still active to this day. Hmm. Dark Horse Comics owns the rights to the mask in general. So in reality, New Line Cinema, Ron. It's actually Dark Horse Entertainment. So that's where the mask comes from. So in reality, if you're gonna use copyright parody copyright characters, you have to give credit to the actual owner. And in this case, because the mask is owned by Dark Horse Comics in general, it actually should be Dark Horse Comics that receives the credit, not New Line Cinema, since that was a film. Oh, now New Line Cinema does still exist. However, it was purchased by Warner Brothers, so oh, New Line Cinema is under Warner Brothers in general. And the fact of the matter is I'm not trying to sound rude or anything, but to those of you who keep ranting on these heroic and villainous groups, no offense, but remember what Callum said? Can't force people to give up something they love, even if you don't like it. Because there are actually quite a lot, lot of rants coming from not just Adam and Darren, but Callum himself also had to rant on people who were trying to force him to do something that he didn't want to do, and that was to give up the motor crying in the Ludovico voice. Because, for the record, the Ludovico voice is still freaking funny to this day, to be honest with you guys, and I'm not gonna change my mind on it, although I can handle your thoughts if you don't like it. So I'm sorry, but I'm still gonna use it regardless. And then the reality. So in reality, yeah, 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 like Retro said down right there. He said, "No, it's not Vico. It's Ludovico." Oh, 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 oh! The quick pop up had it. The fact of the matter is, can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do. And the fact of the matter is, you guys, The fact of the matter is, is I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but please try to respect others. Is is especially through their opinions, because regardless if you like it or not, but at the end of the day, it's their choice whether they use parody copyright characters or not ours. 'Cause although if it was CJ Studios, then that would be a different story because CJ Studios prefers all original all the way. Hey, in fact, all original is a rule they have. Oh, 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 shit! I spoke to go wrong. Oh god! Oops. Oh, Austin, you dingus. Yes. Yes. Austin, you dingus. You dingus. You dingus! Austin, you're a dingus! Yes. Dingus, dingus, Austin. I get it. Right. So, yeah, at the end of the day, hey guys, this war revolving around heroic and villainous teams, whether hate or like or whatever you feel, this war needs to end ASAP, okay? This war just needs to end. Uh, uh, yes. Mm, I've- mm, mm, yeah, please be more careful, you guys. Please. And by the way, I gotta correct people on the nice criticism shit. It, I hate to break it to you, but there's no such thing as nice criticism. There never was and never will be. Yeah. There never was such a thing as nice criticism. There's always constructive criticism, there's always strong criticism, and there's always harsh criticism. And there's also extremely harsh criticism. The fourth one you definitely do not want. Hunt. There was never any nice criticism. Um, it's always constructive criticism, strong criticism, and harsh criticism. Three types of criticisms. There were only three, not four, or extreme harsh criticism counts as harsh criticism anyways, so it's more of a substitute for that, so it doesn't count. But if it did, it would be four. Or you know what I mean. But in truth, you guys gotta understand that though this message may not age well, oh, I too know oh what is and isn't the truth. Oh boy. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. And later.